Hey, hello, welcome back everyone. If you are watching, this should be number 2 in the series. If you want to watch it chronologically, which is what I would recommend for sure, the best way to watch it. That way you can really see the development and how things transpire. Okay, so where are we? This is May of 2019. We need to be looking. This is Jason, and this is a different team than last time, and he is number 130, 130. But he's still up to his old tricks, as you will see in this video. Before I get started, so May of 2019, and this tournament, as you can see, is a much larger tournament than the other one. Just by the background, you can see all the tents. Each tent's an individual team. Every team has a tent, and then there's some teams that don't have tents, and they have to go find a place to stay. Way up here, there's a big overhang and like the archway, and our team claimed that space, and it was out of the sun and out of the rain. It did rain a little bit this weekend. This tournament is called the Little World Cup, and it's put on. This is one of the few private tournaments that's a yearly event. That every year, even though it's a private tournament, every year this tournament happens. It's promoted or by Allianz insurance company, the giant insurance company out of, I believe, Germany. So they're the backers for this tournament. It's a great tournament, and it's Taiwan wide. So this was the first part of the tournament where they divide Taiwan up into 4 geographic regions: North, Central, South, and East. And then they take a certain amount of champions from each region. And of course, North and Central population is much larger, so there'll be a lot more teams entered. So they'll take more of the top teams from those areas, whereas the South is a bit less, and then the East is the sparsely populated area. So the South region, we had the top 6 coming out of this, and I think we started with 48 teams just in the South region. So out of, I believe, 48 or 42 teams, around that number, and they took the top 6. And this was a 2-day tournament. So you play the round robin, and then you play one-off playoffs until you get to kind of the semifinal. Basically, every semifinalist got to make it if you were the finalist, and of course your seed would be higher for later in the tournament. Okay, I know it's a bit long-winded, but I wanted to give everybody that context so you really kind of understand what's going on. So with the rest of these highlights, I won't be repeating that, so you can hear it now. So it's a huge tournament nationwide. I heard it was over 300, around 308, 300 and some odd teams nationwide. Like I said, 48 just in the South region, taking 6 of those. So, and then then later in the summer, in July, up in Taipei, is the Tournament of Champions. Is the last, I believe they start with 32. So like the South is around 6 teams, and probably the Central is probably like another 8 or 10, and the North District probably got another 10 or 12, and then the East District, I think, probably only got maybe 3, something along those lines, to end up being with 32 total teams. So the other thing I want to point out is, so Jason's teammates in this tournament, it's a 5-on-5 tournament. kind of like what you saw before, and this time he actually has all 5 of his teammates there. There's nobody missing. It's also, in this tournament, they do grades 1 and 2 are together. So obviously if you have a second grade heavy team, you have a huge advantage over a team that's all first graders. As anyone who knows, just a year difference in body type, for children can make a huge difference just in speed and strength and everything else, and coordination, of course. So this is the first and second graders team combined. Now Jason got to play with the second graders. He's the only first grader on his team. And then there's another team that's just all the first graders. And I won't be showing you any of them in this tournament. Let's see, what else is pertinent? I think that's about it. If I forget, I'll just have to do it again. Okay, let's get to the actual highlight. Now I've looped it, so we'll watch it a couple times in a row. So he snagged it, and then he puts it right in the corner, pretty nice. So again, if you watch the first video, here's Jason again. Notice what he's doing. Every time the goalie has to throw it in, that's where he just is a little ball hawk, and he just goes up and gets it wherever the ball is. His little snatch and grab, I call it. It's his classic move. He does it. He's been doing it since forever. As you saw in the video, the first video, or the last video, which was a year before this. So now he's 7 years old playing with 7- and 8-year-olds. This was the first game of the morning, and his team, I tell you, his team lucks out on the draw a lot of the times, because his team, usually the first game in the morning, everyone's nervous, everyone's stressed out, everyone didn't sleep well the night before, and they come in and they usually play a team. They just get lucky and don't have to play a hard team right off the bat. They get to play usually a team that's not, like this team I believe has mostly first graders, or maybe are all first graders, and they were not super organized. As you'll see, some other teams later on will be extremely organized. And again, it's just, there's 48 teams in the sectional, and you just randomly get one to start the day with. So they get lucky a lot of times, I've noticed, in tournaments, which is great. Okay, well, I think that's enough of this one. Stay tuned. I will be bringing you another one pretty soon. Thank you.